Hi, I decided to do another recording for Module 2 on reflecting to improve practice. And so what I noticed in our readings is that they all aligned really nicely. So we were asked at first to think about the best courses we ever took and the best teachers we ever had. And the two share something in common. The best courses I ever took, much like Figueroa said in the video, the best courses I ever took encouraged engagement, application to the real world, a culture of care, and the belief that one size fits all doesn't work. The teachers, who were the best teachers in my memory, also were teachers who made these sorts of things happen. And in addition, they also pushed us, the students, to work in our zone of proximal development with the appropriate scaffolding. So they knew what knowledge we had, they knew what knowledge they wanted us to attain, and they took us from one point to the next point through scaffolded learning until we didn't need the scaffolds anymore. So that's sort of my best course and teacher information. And then as far as all of the articles kind of integrating together, we were asked what is the role of reflection in creating exceptional teachers and learning environments. And so I just went from Navarro's work, and he outlined 4 concepts to consider, but they align nicely with 2 other readings that we did. So the first one is he thinks that you need to think about the construction of your own beliefs about research. And when he was talking about this, he said that he really believed in Wells' elaboration on Vygotsky's dialogic inquiry, and he also followed Bakhtin in his teaching. But that aligns with the Prezel and Desmarais article that said not only know who you are, but know what and how you know and learn. So that whole idea about what are your beliefs align with that very nicely. Then the next thing Navarro said is that we need to keep track of the evolution of course readings and skill building activities. And he was very open about he included them in his appendix, and he reflected upon them in the article. And it also aligned with Prezel and Desmarais when they said that we need to substantiate and corroborate by documenting our own experiences throughout the research. So he is documenting his experiences by sharing his teaching activities with us and his readings. And then in the website on the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning, Chick writes about asking meaningful questions about student learning and about the teaching activities designed to facilitate student learning as one of the first steps of doing SOTL work. So again, nice alignment. And then the third thing Navarro talks about is an analysis of quotations from student work. So Prezel and Desmarais say read, view, and search. They were talking about it a little bit more broadly while he was just analyzing his own student work. But he did reflect back to research on teaching and learning. And I think that's what Prezel and Desmarais meant when they said read, view, and search. So expand your knowledge field. And then compare yourself with others. Navarro didn't quite do that, but you could do that when you're analyzing learning and what would happen if a colleague were teaching the same course. You could do the analysis together and see if you are using similar activities or different activities and how they can be improved upon. And then Chick said, answering these questions by first making relevant student learning visible as evidence of thinking and learning or mislearning, and then systematically analyzing this evidence, which Navarro definitely does. And the fourth thing Navarro talks about are what are the implications for teaching research methods courses, or implications for teaching whatever course you're teaching. And So he has said, each fall my syllabus changes as a result of reflection and new learning. So that was one of the implications. And Pressel and Desmarais say that you have to open yourself to others, critique, and be vulnerable. And they also recommend that we be bold and self-assess and self-critique. And that is a hard thing to do. Chick says that we need to share the results of that analysis publicly to invite review and to contribute to the body of knowledge on student learning in a variety of contexts, and aiming to improve student learning by strengthening the practice of teaching. And you are strengthening the practice of yourself and that of others by making your knowledge public. And that is really in one of the Sodal videos on that Vanderbilt page. They talked about the difference between scholarly teaching and the scholarship of teaching and learning. And this number 4, including the publication part of it and the dissemination of knowledge, was really one of the big distinguishing features. They talked about scholarly teaching more as being the consumption of knowledge to help you teach. And then the scholarship of teaching and learning takes it another step, because not only do you consume, but you analyze, create new knowledge, and share that knowledge publicly. And so, how can we create reflective practice? We can do this by practicing reflexivity, recursivity, and reflectivity. And there's very good explanation of those in the Pressel-Desmarais text. So I've cited the pages there, and I won't read the definitions to you. You can read them yourself, as I'm sure you already did. And then we can also, linking into Schoen's work, where he cites Boyer, Scholarship Reconsidered, he says that in addition to practicing the scholarship of discovery, which is traditional research, we must also practice 3 other types of scholarship. And that's the scholarship of integration, of bringing everything together, and then application, about how can that knowledge be applied, and teaching. And so that is really what Navarro did in the article where he took us through his whole course on teaching research methods. So that's how we can create reflective practice. And these are my references and the second page of references. I tried to be quicker this time than I was last time. I hope you enjoy the presentation. Thank you.